Okay, we are recording. All right, so first I want to, this is basically has to do with mostly Facebook, this section, because I do have a whole section on Instagram because I know a lot of people want to learn Instagram, but Instagram either like scares them or confuses them. But this part, mainly Facebook, but you can kind of use it for really any social media platform. I mostly stick with Facebook and Instagram. I just started kind of using Snapchat hardcore this week. And then I've never used Twitter, and I've never really used anything else because I've never really heard of anyone really using those social media platforms and being successful with them. And those are kind of like, Twitter is not as big as it used to be. So if you want to try it, you can go ahead, but I don't have any advice for you. Okay. So first off, your Facebook, the way your profile looks is so important. So it should be a fun, it should be fun. It should be like a diary of your life. Not all about business. There's people that join this business and they think like, okay, business post, business post, business post, business post. That is the fastest way that you are going to get unfollowed or blocked. You don't, like, if you're not being original, like, somebody's going to block you, and that's just going to happen. And not that I haven't had people unfollow me or block me, but you want to make sure that your profile is still fun, and it can still be fun and still have business in there as well. Talk about your goals. Super important to have photos of you, your family, dropping your kids off at school, like things that you do on a daily basis, because you want people to know who you are. So that's really important. Your main goal is going to be to keep people following you. Even if they aren't interested and it works, like, you want your page to be something that they still want to follow, because they may not be interested now, but down the road they could be interested, or, they have a life change where they like need the business, or they need a product, or they may know someone in the future that needs a product or the business as well. So your main goal is to keep people following you, even if they're not interested and it works. Make sure you're staying personal, and it's super important to be consistent. So consistency, even if you only post once a day, it's definitely quality over quantity. So if you're going to post, 5 times a day, but your posts aren't very good, I would rather you post 1 time a day and your post be really awesome, that is going to get people engaged or going to get people's attention, rather than the 5 that people don't just scroll right by. My favorite thing to tell people is, don't make it look like you're selling ShamWow. You don't want to be super salesy or have a lot of ads. You want this business to be worked into your life. So even if you don't have any products, there's ways to work around that and not post basically like an ad, because people are just going to scroll by that and they are not going to stop and read what you have to say. If you're not posting about your business at least once a day, your doors are closed. So that's going back to being consistent, because the way that Facebook works is not everybody is going to see your posts. Only 7% of your friends actually see your posts. So if you're not posting daily about it, it's likely that, people aren't going to see it. So people don't know what you have to offer. So your business is going to be closed. Back to the Facebook algorithm. So whoever you are commenting on, their statuses, their pictures, are going to be the people that see your posts. So if you're constantly only commenting on the same people's posts, those are going to be the only people that really see what you're. Sorry, fire tones are going off. I was trying to listen. So those are going to be the only people that actually see what you're posting. So Be intentional about who you are commenting your picture, like commenting on, and be intentional with what you're commenting, the post that you're commenting on. So be intentional with what you're saying on the post. You don't, make it a conversation. So the more that you're commenting, the more that you're liking people that are outside of the business, or outside of your group of friends, the more people that are going to see your posts. My favorite thing is if you go out and comment on 5 to 10 people's posts before you make another post, then more people are going to see that post that you just posted. So before you post an It Works post, try and go out and comment on a few people's pictures or statuses and then post your post. We want to make sure that we are growing our network. So by adding like 10 to 15 people a day, and also be intentional on who you're adding. So think of a person that is really good. You look at their page before you're adding them. See if they're even interactive on Facebook. Make sure if you go to your page, you look at it like you're recruiting. So say, I really would love to have this person on my team. Check out their Facebook before even adding them. If you think that the person would be really good on your team or maybe interested in your products, something really awesome is that you can go and click on how you follow them, and you can click see first. So when you log into Facebook, like I do this with Mark Pentecost so that I don't miss anything, any announcements or anything. But if you're really working on some potential customers or distributors, go in and follow them and make sure you hit see first. So their stuff is popping up on your Facebook, so you're constantly seeing it. So you're able to go and comment on it, and then your name, by you commenting on that picture, your name is going to pop up in their head. And so then they can see, then be like, oh, I really should think about ordering this product, or I really do need a change. I need to make some extra money. So that's a really good little tip. Don't add friends. Like if you see that they're friends with like 2 other It Works distributors in your area, don't add them. Unless you met them at like, say, a get together and like they're your friend. But if you're like trying to grow your network, don't add them because they already have It Works distributors. You want to grow your network to other people that don't have distributors in your area. Be involved in groups. This does not mean find a group and go and market in this group. That is the worst thing that you can do, and you will be deleted from that group. They don't tolerate sales in groups like that, whether it be a cooking group or we just got an RV and we are going and remodeling the whole thing. And so I joined 2, like a Trailer Life and some remodel trailer group that I plan on being super active in, with posting even before and after pictures of the trailer, asking for ideas, and that gets your name out in the group. And so sometimes, I even do it and not even looking for people, to be in the business, but you're always interested in me, like, oh, what does this person look like? And you click on their name. And so then they bring it, they come to your profile. And that's why it's so important to have like a profile that is fun and inviting. And, your profile, you want it to make people stay. So, who knows, they might throw an invite out, or if you're super active in a group and you seem to always be commenting with like the same people, maybe you can throw a friend request at them, but you're not marketing. You're making friends, making relationships, but you're not throwing the product or the business right at them. You have to build those relationships. That is one of the most important things that I believe with this company. I hate cold messaging, and that's something else that I'll come to, but I hate cold messaging because it comes off spammy, and that is the last thing that I want. I want to build those relationships. I want people to trust me, and that's when you get good distributors and great loyal customers. One more thing before I flip the page. Posting is not working your business. If you're only posting, you're most likely, okay, so you may get a loyal customer or two, but people are not always going to come to you. Like if somebody likes your status or comments, you always message them. That's another reason why I think it's so important to be active on your social media. If you're going to build your business on social media, you have to be active and you have to be building relationships. People are not going to comment on your stuff if you're not commenting on their stuff. So posting is not working your business. There's so much more to working your business than just throwing up a post every once in a great while. Okay, so back to the cold messaging. I don't like it. I like to stay away from it because I like to build those relationships. I think that it comes off very spammy, and if somebody sends me a cold message and I've never even talked to them before, or I've never seen them comment on my Facebook page, most likely I'm not going to respond to you. And that's before I was even running my own business, and that's even now. And it's even worse now that I know how to customer service and stuff. Like if I like something on your page, then it's different sending me a message, because I do that. But don't just message me out of nowhere and be like, hey, and send me a long paragraph to try your products. Last month I had 3 people come or message me about It Works, and they got deleted because first off, they're not on my team, and I don't have people on my team on my Facebook, just because not everybody is not everybody is honest, and some people will try to steal your leads, unfortunately. But that's just my choice. I don't have people that are not on my team on my Facebook page that sell It Works. But they messaged me asking me to be a loyal customer, and the one girl I had even talked to about becoming a loyal customer. And I'm like, oh, guys, that is the worst thing you can do. Make sure you're looking at who you are sending a message to. If you go onto my Facebook page, I'm a part of It Works. So they obviously never looked at my Facebook page. And that girl obviously didn't even look at the messages before, because we had talked about It Works products before. So that's what I'm talking about, building a relationship, because that turns people off so much. Voice memos. Super awesome way to get a hold of prospects. Following up. There are certain Fridays, and I don't do this all the time because then it just kind of comes repetitive. But, some Fridays I'd be like, okay, my follow-up Friday is going to be voice memos. So they can hear your excitement about the product. They can hear your excitement about the business, and you're a real person. You're not someone that's just, typing on the computer, copying and pasting a message. They actually hear your voice and they're like, oh, this person actually exists. She's a real person. You have to grow your market to grow your business. So that's kind of back to adding friends on Facebook or, being active in groups. If you want to grow your business, you have to keep continuing to grow your market, or else you're going to market to the same people and eventually you're going to run out of people to market to. With Facebook algorithm, copying and pasting is horrible. It's okay to save a message like I have. You can do it in notes, or I have an app called Evernote. And there are posts that I will be like, oh, I really like that post. And I'll put it in there and I'll save it for another day, especially if your team is local. That is the worst thing that I know. I have this written down somewhere, but when you have a team that is local and 10 people copy and paste the same message within an hour, that just looks robotic. That's horrible. That's the first, it'll turn people away. It's just, so copying, pasting, you can save a post, but you need to make sure that when you post it, you are completely changing it, because Facebook will block it, because they will see that it has been posted before and yours literally won't even be seen by people. Again, people can tell if you're copying and pasting because they look at other statuses that you have posted in the past and they can tell it's not you. So if you post this big long status. I don't know. But I mean, you know what I mean. If you're posting this long thing and then you're going and posting something else and it's completely like the grammar is completely different or whatever, like people can tell that that wasn't really you that wrote that. Again, multiple DTs posting the same post, it looks rehearsed and robotic. And so you just really need to be careful that if you like a post, save it in your notes and save it for 3, 4, 5 days later, save it for a week later. Do not post it in the same day within the same 10 minutes of the other DT posting it. So another thing for posts, why did you join? What attracted you to this business? Chances are that you didn't just join from something that looked like an ad. It's going to be whether you joined for the fun or the freedom or from somebody sharing their story that you connected with. You joined, because you need an extra income. There's some reason why you joined that attracted you to this business. And you have to remember, like, that's what you should be posting. You should be posting things that someone else posted that attracted you. So it's not going to just be, I wish I had I should have pulled up an example, but it's not just going to be an ad that's like green and black, it works, who wants to make an extra $500 on a month, and it's all in like a little square. Chances are that's not why, like, you didn't see that post and be like, okay, that's something that I want to do. You joined for something bigger than that. Okay, so a few post ideas to make your page look positive, fun, bright. Post about trainings. Like, people love to see that you're growing, whether you're learning something new, growing your business. Post about trainings. Post if you're like at coffee with teammates. Post that you're doing self-development. It could be a picture of the book, whatever. Post about friendships, fun, and freedom. And I know we say that all the time, but it's huge. Like, people love to see that you're having fun. I can't tell you. I mean, I do get to travel a lot, and I'm super blessed. But I can't tell you how many people are like, oh my gosh, you're always on vacation. Like, I just had a girl join like a month ago because we've been talking for a year, and her initial message to me was, how do you get to travel so much? I want to be doing what you're doing because you get to travel, and that's a passion of mine. And that's literally what attracted her to this business. So, some people just want the friendship. And I've met some of the best friends or reconnected with some amazing people just because of this business. And so that's why some people join. Always post your office view. So even if you worked all day and you take your kids to the park at, after dinner, post that you're working from the park. Like, you can work from your phone anywhere you go. And if you're like out boating or in the car driving, that's even a big one. Like, if you're driving somewhere that's an hour or two away, you can talk about how you're working while you're driving all the way there. Just always post your office view. I mean, you can work on the go from your phone, and that's what's so awesome about this business. Post your goals. It's okay to dream. Think about, like, when did people stop dreaming? When you were a kid, you didn't have limits on dreaming. You thought, I would love to do this when I'm older, and I would love to have this when I'm older. Like, dream, do it. I have a whole dream board that I can't wait to check off every single one of those and make a new dream board. People put your goals out there, put your dreams out there, and it's okay to do that. Talk about your why. Talk about why you started. It's okay to talk about your struggles. People will connect with you on those struggles. So, if you're having a hard time paying bills or whatever, it's okay to say, before this business, I had, you had struggles or you have them. It's okay to talk about your struggles. People will connect with you because of that. Recognition, you can shout out yourself, shout out people on your team. That's exciting. be confident, be super confident in what you post, be confident in your products, be confident in the business. People want what you have. People want these products. And that's why you just have to be confident. You have to act like everybody wants this. Who doesn't want it? So just be confident. Post about blitzing, post about wrapping. If you're wrapping someone or if you're wrapping yourself, post about it. Go live. The great thing about going live is there's no Facebook algorithm. They can't block out, like, if they see certain words like, basically like join my team, or, there's certain words that like instantly they know that it's someone trying to make money off of, like an ad. They can block that post and make it so that not many people see that post. Go live. They can't do anything. So if you're talking about joining your team or talking about a product, like, they can't block it, as many people, and people get notified when you go live. Talk about the opportunity. If you sell a wrap and make wrap cash, post about it. Like, I post about it all the time, about wrap cash buying groceries, wrap cash filling up my gas tank. Like, people could be making wrap cash, and, some people can't afford groceries or gas. And that's why I always say, like, it sounds so petty, but a wrap can fill up my tank. And some people can't fill up their tank. And if they sell one wrap, they could fill up their gas tank per week. Sell one wrap per week, and that's going to give you gas money for the week. And talk about success stories, whether it be your own or somebody else. Like, talk about other people's testimonies and success stories until you have your own stories to share. Also, don't use pictures that everyone else uses. Try and make your pictures different. Try to be creative with your pictures. Facebook knows pictures as well. And also try and make sure your pictures are clear and not pixely. And don't, like, there's pictures that have been cropped and pixelated and whatever from like 10 years ago. That's not really attractive, and that's not going to bring people to liking your picture. So try and find something that's bright, fun, that's going to invite them. Be the leader that you want to attract. You're not going to attract an ambassador diamond if you're not thinking like an ambassador diamond. If you're not acting like an ambassador diamond, you're not going to get an ambassador diamond on your team if you're not putting out what ambassador diamond does. So we're going to hop over to Instagram really quick. I have a few points on Instagram, and then just a couple other points, and then pretty much that's it. So Instagram, it definitely takes time to learn and build your Instagram. It definitely takes time to build it. I have, I think, 8,500 people on my Instagram right now, and it's taken me time. Even if it's like a year, it definitely takes time to build it. And it takes a lot of work to keep up with it, but it's so worth it because there's so much opportunity on Instagram. And I have found that, when I first started, I probably only had, I was super picky on who I had on my Instagram. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make a business Instagram and I'm going to keep my personal Instagram. But then I found myself posting, because when you have a business Instagram, you don't want it to be all business because nobody's going to follow that. So I was trying to add some of my other pictures into that, and it just was like a mess, and I was following double people on both of them, and then I was posting this. It didn't work. So I stuck with my one Instagram, and I probably had 500 people. And once I started hitting 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people is when I started really signing loyal customers and distributors on there. And I have met so many people on Instagram, and every time I talk to them on Instagram, I try and get them, if they're super interested in the business or the products, I try and get them on parties, and I switch them over to my Facebook. So they're now on my Facebook page too. And then I also try and sometimes get their number to talk to them through texting, or you can ask them what the best way is to communicate. So the first thing that you want to do to your Instagram is do a makeover. So I'm going to kind of tell you how to make over your Instagram, but kind of like your Facebook, you want it inviting. You want people to stay on your Instagram. You don't want people to be unfollowing you. Will people unfollow you? Of course, but you want the majority to stay on your Instagram. So you want to make sure that it's nice and bright and professional. Once again, like, you don't want super blurry or pixelated pictures, but make it nice and bright. And that's what really attracts the eye. Like, Instagram is all about pictures, so you have to please the eye. Your Instagram is going to reflect you. So what do you like to do? What do you like to do in your, it's going to be your family. I'll talk about the couple F's that I have written down. Make sure that it's a nice profile picture of you. And that's the same with Facebook as well. You want to make sure that it's a nice profile picture of you, bright, welcome, inviting. It can be of you and your spouse or you and your kids, but make sure that it's not of like just a cat. Like, you want people to know who you are. Make sure that you have a little bio, and don't make it too long, like 3 lines. Mine says, let me look what mine says. Mine says, stay humble, work hard, be kind, travel enthusiast, and empowered by faith. I don't know if you can see it. And then I have my Facebook link actually underneath all of that. And so they can click on it and they can click right onto my Facebook. And if they want to add me on Facebook, they can add me there. Another great thing is to help find people to follow. Use the recommended people to follow. It's like called Explore Posts or something, and there's going to be a bunch of people that show up, and some of them are celebrities or people that you don't want to follow that have like 100,000 followers or whatever. But a lot of them will be things that you have in common with them. So if you're posting about something, that might pop up in the Explore post. So those are the people that you want to follow as well. You can search hashtags that you're interested in, and that's a great way to follow people, because also, they're going to have stuff in common with you if you're searching a hashtag that you enjoy. So that's going to make them want to follow you back. If you're using hashtags, don't use more than 2 or 3 hashtags, because then it just looks sloppy. And only use ones that you're interested in. Like, if you hashtag twin babies, and you don't have twin babies, what's the point of hashtagging that? So make sure that they're hashtags that you're interested in as well, and that, those are the people that you're going to want following you. Check out, there's pictures that are on there that are advertisement, basically, of shops or blogs. Those are great. If you click on the comments, add those people that have commented, because they're active on Instagram. They're commenting on something, so they're active on Instagram, and those are going to be the people that you want to be friends with on Instagram. Instagram does not care how much you are posting. Instead of Facebook, where, people, if you post 5 times in an hour, that just, it's not as normal as posting 5 times in an hour on Instagram. Not that I'm saying you need to post 5 times in an hour, but you can post 10 times in a day on Instagram, and nobody's, first off, even really going to know, because it goes in time order, and nobody's going to care. As long as it's a good picture, nobody cares if you post 10 in the day. Remember to always show your adventure. Whatever you're doing, always show what your adventure is, whether it be, it could be simple things like grocery shopping. Be yourself. Post what you're interested in. If you're on vacation, use that to your advantage. If you're at a museum or the pool, post that. So some of my favorite Instagram filters, which this is another thing, is super important to keep it bright and nice and professional looking. You want to make sure that your photos look crisp and, like I said, not too dark or blurry. But Clarendon, I think it's the second one, and then Juno and Ludwig. There's also a few different apps that you can use. Alyssa Bilyeu, she is an Ambassador Diamond, and she is like a professional photographer and blogger, and she loves PicTapGo, and that's one, I believe it's like $2.99 to download, but that's one that she really loves. But I love the ones, even whether you do like ColourPop or Instant Photo. But other than that, I really stick to, if I'm using a filter to brighten or crisp it, I use Instagram. But PicTapGo I'm definitely downloading because it seems pretty awesome. And then same with writing on images. So, and that's the same thing with Facebook too, because Facebook owns Instagram now. So Instagram does have an algorithm. So if you're writing on a picture, you can get away with the whole blocking the algorithm, whether you like put it like pre-sale for wraps, you know, for the weekend, you know, whatever. You can write it on a photo of you holding a wrap, or, you know, whatever you want to do. But you can do, I like Font Candy, and I upgraded for like $1.99 or something, so I didn't have like the Font Candy logo in the bottom corner. Rona, I heard, is good, and then also WordSwag is really good. So WordSwag, Font Candy, and I've heard Rona, R-O-N-A. So also with Instagram, selfies are so important, and I know some people feel dumb doing selfies, but that's what people want to see is selfies. So, and I'm not saying that you need to get ready every single day, because heck, I know I do not get ready every single day. So a lot of even the leaders, and this is where I learned it from, like throw on a couple different shirts, or, you know, go to different parts of the house, go outside and take 15, 20 selfies, and you're good for the week. Like you don't have to take another selfie. So like stock up on your selfies. If one day you're feeling really good looking, stock up on your selfies, and just post those throughout the week. Especially if like you're doing with the products. Like I have so many empty bottles, so if there's people that don't have products, I can definitely send you. But like you could like hold up like a bottle, like, you know, whatever. Just stock up on them. And then especially even when you have sales going on, like I always go back, you know, if we're having BOGO, I use pictures from even months ago that I have a picture with a wrap. Busy life. Oh yeah. So when you, I already covered that about, you know, if you're having a busy life and you don't get ready all the time, change your shirts, change your location, whatever. Okay, so this is a big one. Post before and after. So like I post before and afters, or pretty much any post that has it works in it, I post, and then I delete them after 24 hours. I don't keep them on my Instagram. Hello, Natalie. So I will post before and afters, or I'll post anything about the products, and then I will delete them after 24 hours. And then I make sure that I am, oh, sorry, hold on. I'm trying to, okay. And then I make sure that I delete them after 24 hours, and then I message every single person that liked or commented on it before I delete it. Or if you don't have time, screenshot the people that liked it and go back and message them later. But I think people ask why I delete them after 24 hours. It's because when people are new are coming to follow you and they're looking at your profile, you don't want it to look like a big business profile. And then I take advantage also of the Instagram story, and I'll post before and afters in there. But make sure it's not all just like if you're going to take advantage of the Instagram story, make sure you're posting other things in that story as well. Oh, so that's another good thing. So if you're deleting after 24 hours, like say I posted something this morning about hair, skin, and nails, and then I got quite a few likes on it, but I wanted to post it again. So I'm going to delete it tomorrow morning. And then maybe I'll post the same post tomorrow night at 8 o'clock at night. So you're reaching a whole different group of people by posting it at different times of the day. Just like Facebook, you have to be active on liking and commenting on people's pages, and make sure that it's personal. Don't just throw a comment out on there that doesn't even make sense with the picture. It's super easy to comment on pictures of like dogs or cats or babies. Those are super easy pictures to be commenting on it because you can be like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, or how precious, or something like that. But make sure that it's personal. So for every one person that you follow, when they come to follow me back and I press accept, I go onto their page and I click on maybe like their third picture and I click on their likes. And then when I click on their likes, I find 6 people to follow on that like page. And then out of those 6 people, I'll pick one more person and I'll go to one of their pictures and I'll click on their likes and I'll follow 6 more people. This is getting you're not, just in case that person were ever to become a distributor, you're not taking their whole friends list. And this is going to get you your Instagram to grow all over. Like, I mean, I have people on my Instagram in Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, all over the United States. And that is how I have distributors in other states, is because of Instagram. And it's because I constantly am following other people and growing my network. Okay, so here's the F's of Instagrams. So when you're posting on Instagram, obviously, like I said, you have to, you need to, like, be you. It's like your diary. So some great ones is like freedom, food, fashion, fun, friendship, and family. I don't know if anybody wants to write those down, but freedom, food, fashion, fun, friendship, and family. So those are huge things that people love to look at on Instagram. Like I was saying earlier, Instagram is more of the attraction to the eye. Like, you're only seeing pictures unless you really look at the whatever you call it. But so you want them to be attracted to your pictures. And the reason why you want to post about all those different ones is you're going to attract different people and their different people interests. So like I was saying before, why did you join this business? Well, maybe it was the fun or the friendship, or, the freedom of bills, or time, the freedom of going to a 9-to-5 job. So that is what's going to attract all different kinds of people. Always make sure that there are more people following you than you are following. You don't want to be following 10,000 people, and which you can't actually. There is a limit of how many people that you can follow, and it is 7,500 people, but there is not a limit for people to follow you. So you don't want to be having 7,000 people following you, or you following 7,000 people, and then only 1,500 people following you. When you're growing your network on Instagram, always make sure that it's closer in number until you have a higher number of followers. And so good ways to unfollow people that are not following you back is Crowdfire, or I like to use followers. And followers, like you can unfollow 60 people every hour, and it'll straight up tell you, like, it determines who's not following you back. So all you have to do is click on not following me back, and you click on that, and you can unfollow those people that are not following you back. So when they follow me and I accept them to follow me, I start liking their pictures. So 1 to 9 pictures, I usually stick with like 4 pictures that I like right away. And then you can start, like, I need to get back into this habit, but write their name down, and in a couple of days, start commenting on their pictures. So your name is really popping up a lot on their timeline, so they're starting to see your name, which will then, you're making a relationship with them. Be personal when you're commenting on their pictures on their timeline or their Instagram. And that's really going to make them hop over onto your page to see what your page has on it. Like I said earlier, if you're talking to someone on Instagram, it's great to get their phone numbers, and they could say, okay, I'm interested in the cleanse. You can be like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm so excited. Can I text you? What's your number? Can I text you? Or, hey, here's my number. Shoot me a text. I much rather would get their number. But if you don't feel like they're comfortable giving their number out, you can always give your number to them, or just switch them and be like, oh, hey, do you have a Facebook? And get them on your Facebook. Make sure, kind of like the 6 list, but choose your number. Choose your number. Like, it doesn't have to be follow 100 people a day and keep up with them. It doesn't have to be that. You can start off with 10, 5. Like, do what you can keep up with. How many people are you going to comment on? How many people are you going to add? How many people are you going to message? So you kind of have to have your goals. And, 1 week be like, okay, I'm going to start with 5. Like, I'm going to make sure that I comment every time I get on Instagram. I'm going to make sure I comment like on buy people's pictures. And today my goal is to add 20 people on Instagram. I'm going to go follow 20 people. And, you can message people, and it doesn't always have to be about the business when you're messaging someone, especially on Instagram. Like, you can kind of like on Snapchat, you can go on people's stories and you can comment on their story. And it sends them like a direct message, and you can start conversations about that. And it doesn't have to be about the business. And that's what's so great. Like, you're building a relationship with someone before you even have to say anything about the business. So they're already going to trust you. They already, like, I just had someone order hair, skin, and nails, and they're like, usually, like, I would be skeptical about something like this, but I trust you. I don't know the person. Like, I have made that relationship with them to where they feel like they know me and they trust me. So that's something, that's just something that I think is super important. So that's what I have on Instagram. If you just start with that, your business is going to start exploding. If you're going to go and add 20, follow 20 people a day, and you're commenting and liking on these people's pictures, you're going to see results. So you are all on your own journey, but your story is who you are. So if you want to be here and you want to be a top earner, then you have to work hard. And like I posted a video that Mike did, I think it was yesterday, if you're not working, like, your business is not going to grow. So you can either sit here and make excuses on why your business isn't working, or you can go out there and make your business work and earn money. You have to believe in yourself before all these other people are going to believe in you. Kind of like how I always say that people are going to buy you before they buy the products. So people have to fall in love with you before they're going to fall in love with the products and try the products. And not always, some people could have seen it from somewhere else, but most of the time, like, why are you different than anybody else? Like, why are they going to come to you and buy the products? Why shouldn't they go to Sally down the street? So you have to be different. You have to put in the work. The top earners didn't get there by doing nothing. They all started as a distributor. When they signed up, they started as a distributor, making the whatever the average is a month, like 70. I don't know what the average is a month for a distributor, but they all started there. And they chose that they wanted something more. They chose that they wanted something better for their lives, and they worked hard to get there. And some went faster than others, but the point is that you don't quit. If you don't quit, you're going to get there. If you're only so I think I posted something like this the other day, but if you're only putting in 10%, like, don't expect to be a diamond. You're not going to be a diamond by only putting in 10% effort. Like, if you want to be a diamond, you have to make your goals. You have to know where you're going. And you have to put in 100%, like, not saying you have to work all day, every day to be diamond, because you don't. Sorry, that was weird. You don't have to work all day, every day to be a diamond, but your effort needs to be 100%. Put your blinders on. It doesn't matter what other people think. And if you saw the video I posted today of Ashley Olive, I could not have said it better myself. And that's everything that I always, want to say. Everybody else is not paying your bills. You are. So who cares what other people think? I don't care. In the beginning, I worried about what other people thought, and I was nervous that, how do I get back? Oops. Uh-oh. What am I doing to my screen? How do I get back there? Okay. I was worried about what other people were thinking, and but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think, because in the end, like, you're in this business for yourself. You're in this business to change your family's life. So put your blinders on. If you want something bad enough, go and get it. The only person that's going to stop you is yourself. In the end, really, like, if you don't, if your business is failing, the only person to blame is yourself. There's something that you can be doing to make your business grow. So that's pretty much all. Oh, I was going to talk about Snapchat a little bit. I just started using Snapchat this week because I watched this video, and it was really interesting. And as of right now, Snapchat does not have an algorithm, so everybody can see everything that you post. But Snapchat is something that you have to be super careful about, because that's another thing, like Instagram, where you have to, it's like a diary it's like the behind the scenes, basically, of your Instagram and Facebook. So it could be like, so on Instagram, I could be like posting a picture of my dinner. But then on my Snapchat, it could be like me actually like mixing my dinner. So it's kind of like the behind the scenes. You don't always want to be posting about your business, because that's going to cause people to unfollow you. But the great thing is you could post a video of you making a shake, or, stuff like that. And if you, like, it doesn't matter how long your story is, as long as it keeps people interested, like, people are going to watch. So if you posted, like, let's say like 10 snaps a day, and you posted one business, like, people are going to be like clicking through your story, and your business is going to pop up. So not everybody's into Instagram. So if you want to learn more about Instagram, or not Instagram, not everybody's into Snapchat, but if you want to learn a little bit more, I'm still starting out with using it for my business, and I've always just used it to like mess around with, but there's opportunity in Snapchat. And so, we can definitely go over some things. I didn't take notes on it. I was just like a video that I had watched for like an hour and a half. And, but I'm trying to think what else I have that I wanted to cover. I think that was kind of it. But just be super cautious about this whole Facebook algorithm thing. Like, you have to be interacting with, that's like the biggest thing. You have to be interacting with others if you want people to see your posts. So we talked about what to post. We talked about how to post. Yeah, I think that was it. Does anybody have like certain questions that they want answered about Instagram specifically or Facebook? Really anything that we covered? Oh, and everybody's muted, so if you want to talk, we have to unmute you. Mary?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Basically what I've been figuring out this week too is that I'm not seeing a lot of like my friends' posts that I normally would have been seeing like all the time. I'm not seeing it. So I'm making a point of like every morning I like go to my friends list and I just start like going through it and I'm like, let's see what she's been up to. Oh wow, I didn't see any of that. And so like that's another thing too is like just like people aren't seeing your things, you're not seeing a lot of other people's things that are on Facebook as well. And you could be missing out on like a bunch of stuff that you have no idea is going on. And I realized that the last couple of days, especially today, I was like, what the crap? I'm not even seeing some of like my own family stuff. Like what is going on? Facebook is getting way wiggy with things. So
it's crazy what they can do. Like Facebook is so smart, and so we just have to learn to outsmart Facebook. And that's funny that you said that you go through your friends, because there are people that will sit and be like, okay, Mondays I'm going to go through all of my A's. Tuesday, or ABCs, all my ABCs and my friends, I'm going to go to their profiles and I'm going to check what they're doing. I might comment or like, and then I'm going to jump to the CDEs, or DEFs, whatever. So you kind of like within a week or two, you've gone through like your whole friends list, and or you can focus on like for say a week, like ABCD, like all those people, focus on those people and start really making connections with those people, and then move on maybe to the next week. So that's a really great tip. I like that. And it's funny because that happened to me today. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I was still friends with that person. Like, and then all of a sudden I saw a post and I'm like, oh gosh, I have not seen their stuff in a long time. And it's just crazy that, Facebook blocks so much from you.
I know. I didn't realize that till like just recently, just until I got into this like network marketing, social marketing, everything. There's so many things I didn't realize. And now it makes sense of like why are people not like, if you take like a selfie of you and your family, there'll be like 20 likes, 15 likes. You put something out there, a business, it's like 1 like, 2 likes. Well, they're not seeing it,
Right.
And so you have to be intentional too. Like I've been less afraid to just like you were saying, just like go and be like commenting on more people's things instead of just liking them, like actually comment on them instead of just liking them, because it does spark conversation. And I think it does I know for me, like anytime anybody actually comments on something versus just liking it, I almost always like go to their page and like see what's been going on.
Yeah.
And so if people aren't seeing your stuff, that's just a good way to get them like try to get onto your page.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying with groups, never ever post, about your business or whatever. Don't add people from the group and then instantly message them. Like that's the worst thing that you can do, and that's the fastest way to get blocked or kicked out of the group. But when you're making those relationships in the group and you're commenting on people's comments or posts, most likely, like I do it all the time, and I just because I'm curious, like what do they do or what do they look like? Do they have a family? Like, and not even for myself, for business. Like I'm just curious, and so most likely people are going to do the same thing to you.
Well, I was in I still am in the, it's like a makeup kind of like hair, everything group. And there was a lady on there that wanted to know if there was any products out there or if anybody had any tips on something that she could use to help grow her hair. So naturally, I'm going to be like, okay, well, I know of a really good shampoo called Monat. It's Monat. It works really good. But then I'm like, if you've ever heard of hair, skin, and nails, I'm like, you can either like message me or whatever if you're interested to know more about it, but I would like to tell you about it because it works really great. Well, the like moderator owner of the group, she went on there and she was like, please remove your comment. She's like, we don't allow any sales, da 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 da. And I'm like, well, so I explained to her, I'm like, I didn't try to come off salesy in that, even though I did say if you want to know more about it, you can like comment to me. But I'm like, I'll fix my comment to her, but I'm not gonna like remove my comment. You know what I mean? Like I fixed it, but I didn't remove it. And she was like, thank you. You can like leave that. It's fine. But they're getting people are really, really picky. Like you can't even say like the least little thing without somebody literally going on there and being like, please remove that. You know what I mean? Or, you know, we don't allow people to try to like private message people to try to get them to buy things. And
which I understand, but
yeah. And then, but like in the thing, there was like 400 comments in this thing, and there were so many that said HSN, 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 and I'm like, yeah, like, but whatever. So maybe she bought it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I am going to stop this recording and I will put it onto a YouTube page and then upload it to our Legendary Diamonds group.